We're going to do some behind the scenes of the Christopher Lee, but I want to tell you something real quick. Back years ago when I was doing stand-up, I remember when I booked my first paying college gig at Baruch in New York City. Friday night, we go down there. Turns out it was a Jewish group who set up the comedy thing. And he says when we get there, I can't touch electricity, we can't turn anything on, and I can't give you a microphone. Is that going to be a problem? Imagine telling a stand-up, especially a relatively new one, you can't have a microphone? I'll tell you how that ended later. So, how does that relate to this? Because how do you shoot a vampire thing when the fangs won't stay in the model's mouth? Which is what we encountered. First off, let me give you a quick background on this shoot. My original idea was to go all throughout Christopher Lee's catalog of movies and go through different things. Like, here's the dress I acquired for a Wicker Man. This was going to be the Wicker Man. I had the yellow turtleneck and everything. And I'm meticulous about wardrobe pieces. But the guy's got like 300 movies. How am I going to pick from 300 movies and put together very specific and time period sort of wardrobe pieces? So then I decided, no, the best way to go is just lock in on his Hammer wardrobe, which meant Victorian cut jacket, cravat, French cuff shirt with cufflinks, and a cape, heavy wool with red lining. No cheap, you know, Halloween costume thing. It has to be legit, which this is. Okay, so I decided, no, his vampire movies are it. That's what made him an icon, and there's plenty of them. There's like 7 movies just of Hammer alone. So that's what we decided to do, and I got together with Barbara, who did great makeup, and we went for a sort of vampire thing, but they could also look like a retro movie, right? And I shot them with different lenses. The headshots obviously were with zoom. The portraits are pretty much all on a prime lens, and I incorporated an optical snoot because although things are all LED now, I love the snoot because it's glass and you can maneuver it with metal and it has that feel to it. And we juggled everything around this fang issue. I said, let's shoot everything we can shoot without fangs, and then we'll come back to the fangs and we'll figure it out. I mean, Barbara tried everything. She tried nail glue, she tried wax, we tried tape, chewing gum. We even went out to the store to get rubber cement and poly grip. We were putting everything in there and they just kept falling out. And it was getting a little, what are we gonna do? There's no microphone, right? But here's what we did. George shoved in little pieces of paper towel, which got them, when they got wet, it just held the fangs in long enough, but he couldn't swallow. So we had to like plan out the shot, get the shots, take them out so he could swallow. Never more did I want that dentist thing where you could just put it in and take the saliva out because I could see it walling up. But if he closed his mouth or he moved it, we lost the shot. So we worked around the non-fitting fangs and we did the best we could, and George was a trooper and they came out awesome. And Barbara did the blood last. So we took the teeth out, we painted them, we painted the blood on his face, and we shot those very last. And then even after that, we incorporated the fog to get those fog shots. And it came out great. I'm happy with it. But in the beginning, it was like we got a fangless vampire. What are we doing here? But it did work out, and because everybody's a pro. Barbara's great, George is great. I rolled with the punches. You know, we got some good stuff. As for how that comedy show went, okay. As he's telling me no microphone, we were in a hallway, and I looked through the door that had the glass window on the door, and it was a lecture hall. And I tried the door, and it opened. And I said, "Can we do it in here?" And he said, well, it's not what we were planning, but I don't see why not. What was good about the lecture hall is it like had seats that went around. So yeah, we just went in the middle, and I called it like doing it in Roman style, you know? So we just stood in the middle and kind of turned and addressed the whole room, and we did it without a mic. And it went from a comedy show that I was petrified, how am I gonna do this, to one I'll honestly never forget. And we had a good show. That's it. So you see the tribute here, right? We have the cool demeanor from the original Horror of Dracula. We have the fangs and the intense hands, also from Horror of Dracula. And the look I always loved, the red glow from Dracula's Risen from the Grave. If you're a lead Dracula Hammer Films fan, can you spot some of the other things I did here that we were going for? Can you see them? If you can, comment below. That'd be awesome. And stay tuned for more tribute shoots and other stuff. Thanks a lot.